Welcome to a Bowhunting.com Bowhunter Die live stream. Justin, you look like
we're out of here. See you guys later.
Like you
Thanks
just got surprised there.
Hey, I'm working. I'm getting prepared.
We are fully prepared. It looks like we have more stuff on our table than I think we ever have for any episode. But yeah, I am just getting out of the woods, hanging some stands today, which has been great. Finally got these cold temperatures. It's feeling good out there.
Must have been tough, man.
It was a good day. You got to turn that down. We're doing these live feeds.
I got it.
So let's just set the stage here. So for those of you that are going to be logging on here and potentially asking some questions, if we do end up using your question, you will get a prize. So, I mean, there's a limited amount of time. We're not going to be taking too many questions.
So every question we use gets a prize. Is what you're saying.
Everybody's question that we use. That's how I said it.
My God.
That we use. Okay. There's only going to be so many questions, so don't go crazy here.
Hey,
it's going to be people who ask legitimate good questions.
You're the one that goes crazy.
Every once in a while we do go crazy. But guys, before we get started, Bowhunter Die, what is it? Why did Justin and I one day walk into the conference room and decide to do this? We're going to talk about that first, Justin. So,
well, why don't you start since it was your idea?
Fair enough. Justin is the one that came up with the name. We'll start with that off the bat. But I mean, you know what, guys? We saw a big change in the marketplace. I mean, YouTube, obviously, Facebook. We just saw social media and different things were beginning to take over, and people's habits are starting to change. And we were lucky enough to jump on early and get on that ship of recognizing that people's behavior of wanting to get their fix for bow hunting was changing. And you know what? Having a web show has allowed Justin and I to be able to provide you guys, our audience, our fans, the people that keep us, going with this, a platform to give you the same feeling that we have when we're out hunting, right? I mean, we wanted to be able to have a platform that, we wanted to keep it real. We wanted to keep it honest. Justin and I agreed from day one that the moment that we couldn't do that, we were out and we weren't going to keep doing this show. And for 8 years now, we've been able to successfully bring you what we believe is some of the best real-world bow hunting out there. 100% fair chase, and that was the goal, and we jumped on it. Justin, why don't you add to that now? I
don't know that there's a whole lot else that I can say, but I mean, the fact of the matter is, our lives are changing. These phones, these phones have changed the way that
Did you not tell me that you're getting ready to tell me something right now, or?
No, not
just
really.
Your phone. All right, go ahead.
Well, no, our phones have just changed the way that we operate, and the internet, in general has changed the way things are. I mean, I don't subscribe to any hunting TV channels anymore with my cable package. Plenty of you guys out there, I'm sure, have cut the cord as well as they keep jacking up our prices on us. Nobody can afford this stuff anymore, and it's nice to be able to have an outlet where you can go watch high quality, bow hunting content, which is ultimately what we think we're producing anyways. We hope you guys agree. So yeah, I mean, it's been a heck of a ride. 8 years, still going strong.
How many episodes now?
I don't know, a lot, 140 something, 150, something like that.
And let's talk about those episodes for a second, because I mean, that's what kind of makes our show cool as far as I'm concerned. I mean, we're all addicted to some sort of, show that we can binge watch, right? And that's kind of the neatest thing is we continually pick up fans. When we go to the trade shows, when we meet different people, we hear about the fact when people meet us and they learn about our show, they're able to go back and watch 8 seasons. They can get their fix. They can watch as much as they want to watch. And as far as watching it specifically, of course, you can always log on to, Bowhunting.com's website. You can go to YouTube. Obviously one of our big ones is, of course, Roku. I'm not sure if you know what Roku is. If you don't, Google that, look it up.
There's about 150,000 people out there that have installed our channel, so I'm sure there's a few people that know what it is.
Well, for those of you who don't, we're doing this, on Facebook, and it's kind of amazing, how many times when we post a show, Justin, we got 500,000 followers there now on Facebook, and it's amazing how many of them haven't fully gotten dialed in. So, that's kind of the goal of being able to tell you specifically, how to be able to get our show and to watch it. So let's move forward.
Can we get into some fun stuff now?
Well, you just want to give stuff away, don't you?
You made a whole list of things we have to give away today. So where do you want to start? You tell me.
Well, let's first take a look here to see if anyone's asked any questions.
We got a ton of questions.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and start with this. The first question that I saw come in, let me find it real quick, Justin, because I think this is a good one. We'll go ahead and I'll read it, and then you go ahead and answer this one first, okay?
Fair enough.
So Scott, you're getting a prize because it's a great question. if there's a particular buck, Justin, in your area, okay, that you're trying to hunt, how hard are you going to hunt the property? Wait for a certain time, or only hunt certain stand locations?
Man, I think it's probably a little bit of all of those things, although I'm not sure I'm the best person to ask because I've yet to be able to target a specific deer and then kill that deer. I'll be doing that with a couple different deer on this property, and I guess it varies depending on your position and where you're hunting and how you're hunting. It's going to depend on the size of the property, kind of, I guess, first and foremost. If you've got a small piece of property, we all know you can't afford to be putting a lot of pressure on those same stands over and over again and hope to be successful. So the smaller the property, the less you're going to be able to hunt it. So you're going to want to wait to go in, at those exact right times when maybe you've got a weather front or the right wind condition or whatever the case may be. If you've got a bigger piece of property and you can afford to move around a little bit more and take some chances, maybe if you even got multiple target bucks that you're going after, then yeah, you can afford to get a little bit more aggressive with some of your hunting. So, me personally, I guess I'm kind of a mix of both. I have some deer that I really go in hard after, and then I have others that I kind of wait until the time is right. So I don't know if that really answered your question, but I think it varies on situation, and a lot of it also depends on how much time you have to hunt. Fact of the matter is, most of us are working a 9 to 5 Monday to Friday job. We've only got the weekends to hunt. So you got to take advantage while you can. You can't just sit on the sidelines and just wait for that late October or early November. You could get a bad weather front, a bad wind, whatever that's going to potentially sabotage some of those hunts as well. So anytime I have the right conditions, I try to get out as much as possible.
Fair enough. There you go. Well, no, I mean, listen, we only have so much time. We agreed to keep this between 30 to 40 minutes. So
sure.
I'm not going to answer that question.
I thought it was going to be in an hour. We said 5 to 6.
An hour, oh, 5 to 6. Okay, I guess we're going for an hour now. But okay, then I'll answer that very quickly. You know what? I've tried to target different deer before, and again, some I've had success with, and some I haven't. Probably the one that I had the most success with that I can think of is really that BMW buck that I hunted a couple of years ago. But there's been a lot of deer that I have spent a lot of time chasing and was completely unsuccessful. And again, like Justin said,
over there.
Sweetness. Yeah, let's not talk about him right now. But again, it does depend on the size of the property. And I think a lot of people could also argue with Justin that if you have a small piece of property, you know what? How much damage can you do, right? I mean, if you're really waiting for deer to pass through a smaller piece of property, maybe you're not doing a lot of damage, just slipping in there. And maybe there's a big woodlot over here and a big woodlot over here. I can think of a spot specifically that I hunted there, and I can get in and out of that spot virtually without spooking any deer almost every time I go there, unless I actually spook them when I'm in the stand.
Sure.
And so a lot of people could argue the small spot versus the big spot where when you're pushing deer out each time you walk through.
Well, that's not necessarily the size of the spot. That's more your access and your availability.
He's got one up me right now.
Well, it is. Right, it has nothing, because you could have a huge farm that's got the same, if you've got good access in and out and you're not spooking deer, then yeah, you can pound the crap out of that stand until something essentially walks by it, and potentially not hurt anything. But I've had areas before that I've hunted that are, little small woodlots that are surrounded by agriculture, and it's next to impossible to get anywhere near that woodlot without spooking deer in some way, shape, or form. So those are the ones where you have to take a lot more care, ultimately, with how much pressure you're putting on. So,
all right, Scott, we're going to have to get a hold of you to get your information, where to send your prize. Justin, what prize is Scott going to get? Go ahead and lay it out there for him. Tell him what he's getting.
Hold on, I'm writing Scott's name down. So
it's BISKOBNG. Okay.
Scott is going to win what are we going to do, a 1 month? A 1 year subscription?
A 1 year subscription to the Bowhunters Box Club. It's a great program. Not sure if you know a lot about it. Get online, learn about it. It's cool. I mean, it's I keep using this fix word. I don't know why I'm on this fix word today, but I mean, what a great way to go to your mailbox once a month, open it up, and there's a great
we've
bow
pillaged
hunting
all the good
supplies.
stuff.
I know. I'm not going to open it because we're already taking all the good stuff out of this. But it's a great program. Jason is the owner of this company. We work with him directly. It's a neat program. He started it now. It's about a solid year and a half now. I don't know the exact date when he started, at least when we started together, but. Neat program. I know it's growing like crazy. Follow him on Instagram. Check it out. Great way to get some fun stuff in the mail. So
awesome.
Take a look at that.
Thanks to Scott, and congrats 1-year subscription to Bowhunter Box Club. Guys, you can check them out. Their website is bowhunterboxclub.com. They're also on all the social media platforms. So, guys, next up we're going to get into a couple questions that we have for you guys to be able to answer in order to win some additional prizes. So the next thing we are going to give away, we're going to start with a fun, kind of a bigger prize, right? We are going to give away...
Can I say one thing real quick before we make mistakes? Because we had some problems last time that we did this, so...
No, I got it all under control.
You got it. So
why you preemptively...
Because I don't want to have... I know the mistake we got ourselves in last time, so go ahead.
You got to have some faith, Graf.
Go ahead,
all right.
Justin.
We are going to be giving away a Stealth Cam DS 4K trail camera, which is Stealth Cam's top-of-the-line unit. Just came out this year, takes 4K video. Mine's
Impressive.
been taking some awesome stuff, some awesome videos out there. So we're going to give away that Stealth Cam DS 4K, as well as a trail camera mount from HME, which stands for Hunting Made Easy. Another great company we're working with. They make a variety of different products, whether it's trail camera mounts, bow ropes, bow holders, bow hangers, ground blind, little accessories and whatnot. So guys, check them out, HME products. So you're going to get a camera and HME products. Now the way we're going to do this one is, this is going to be Facebook people only. The last time we did this, we had a problem where the Facebook stream and the YouTube stream are not totally in sync with each other, so it wasn't fair. So the last question that Todd read came from YouTube, so this time we're going to throw it over to Facebook. We need you guys, the first person, to name one of the the 2 bucks that Todd is chasing this fall. We just talked about him. I think it was in the last show.
This is a true test.
You got to name one of those 2 bucks. You're going to win that trail camera and that trail camera mount from HME.
That's a sweet one. So we will be watching for the first person to say what is the name of the buck or bucks that I am chasing. We did mention them in the last show.
Brando said he emailed us some questions. So
I've got the questions pulled up, Justin.
Whoa, all right then.
So I've got those. So I will go ahead and look at this really quick to figure out the next question that we want to answer for somebody. Boy, this person is not going to get a free gift because they're asking you a question which we talk about all the time, Justin.
boy.
So it's this person, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to dial into our show because we talk about this all the time. We call them trophy does. You guys ever go after dominant does on your property? We do that all the time. We talk about all the time. We started this thing called trophy does. So I don't know why you're laughing.
I didn't start anything.
Yeah, see, that's because Justin doesn't always get the trophy does. I've seen a few spots.
You go out and you target a particular doe.
There is no, I don't target this. I do not target.
That's what he asked.
I target specifically adult, mature, no fawns with them does. 100%. Yes, I do.
Why?
Because it's fun. I like doing it.
Why won't you shoot a doe with a fawn?
It's not that I won't. It's just that's the one that I'm looking for. A big
there's got to be a
trophy
reason.
Because I like calling them a trophy doe.
I mean, what if they're big and they also have
Okay. It actually started when I was hunting with some friends where there was a little bit of purse on whoever shot the biggest doe.
So let's say there's a 200-pound doe with 2 fawns standing next to a 125-pound doe. Which one are you going to shoot?
In this case, I am going to still shoot the smaller doe because, you know what, I like the mom to continue on with those fawns to make sure that they make it through the winter. So that's my position on that.
Okay, although studies have proven that it doesn't actually make any difference. Todd over here using emotion rather than reason. It's okay, buddy. It's all right. I'll keep shooting the does with the fawns all day long.
He's usually got spots on him.
Not going to bother me one bit.
All right, Justin, let's see here. What is next? Okay, let's see here. Okay, I think this is worth talking about. Let's talk about this one here.
Okay.
I don't know who asked this question, but I think it's a good one. How close should my stand be to a buck bedding area? Had my stand next to a clear cut, but just discovering buck beds 50 yards away from my stand.
Sounds good to me.
So you think this guy should just stay with his 50 yards?
Well, you got to be careful, right? It's all about that access. If you can manage to slip in there on the right wind and be undetected, then yeah, absolutely. The closer you can get, the better. You're kind of playing with fire on those evening sits. I mean, if you bust them out of there, then your hunt for that day is probably done. If you're going to hunt those areas, I think we've traditionally had better luck in the mornings hunting those buck bedding areas. Usually in like later October, where you're waiting for that buck to come back to bed after daylight. that's been our best luck. But man, there's plenty of guys out there that love, to try to sneak in and get super close, to a buck's bed, during that early and mid part of October. I'm not really one of those guys. Again, I just feel like you're playing with fire a little bit too much. But hey, if like I said, you got other places to go, you have a limited amount of time to hunt, and you want to get aggressive, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said there, Justin. I mean, sometimes you just, listen, sometimes it's just good scouting and you find those areas. Other times you stumble on a big bed, right? And you set up a trail camera and you find out, wow, he really is right in this spot. I mean, I have had that happen, more during the fall when I've been hunting, where I've actually been seeing a buck go to a specific spot and bed down. And there's no doubt about it, man. It's all about axis and wind. If you can slip in there, and I mean, I hunt a swamp in Wisconsin. If you watch the show, you've seen that enough. And then that property's taught me a ton. Just the ability of being able to visually see where they go, where they bed down, generally how long they stay there, and being able to put an ambush on them and slip in. I mean, you can be very, very successful doing that. But again, you have to know what your entrance and exit are. And of course, you definitely don't want to be spooking them out of those bedding spots, because they definitely will stop using them for sure. So.
I got a fun one that I want to talk about, because I get into a debate about this all the time with people.
We don't want to use it. We don't want a 20-minute debate, though.
No. This is a fun one. Okay.
All right, here we go.
So Brian Glass, I'm going to write him down.
Hang on. So we did answer this question. I don't know who that was. There was no name. So Brandon, you put a question up with no name, so we got to make sure we take care of that guy.
All right. So the next one I like, Brian Glass. He says, does antler rattling work in a ground blind, or does it change the sound and is not as effective? Your opinion, Todd, before I chime in on my opinion.
Oh, man, I can't say that. I mean, first of all, I've never personally rattled from a ground blind before. So I've just never done that before. I love hunting out of tree stands personally. But in my personal opinion, I don't think, as far as a ground blind goes, not necessarily like a redneck where maybe they're plastic and that could change the sound a little bit. But you know what? I think at the end of the day, all bucks are fighting in different noises and sounds and movement. I don't know. I don't think it would make a difference myself.
I don't think it would either. I know a lot of guys that hunt out of blind, specifically I think about Clinton and Frank on our team. They do a lot of, box blind hunting. And when they rattle, they usually stick the antlers outside of the blind just to get better acoustics and make that sound go a little bit farther, not have it be inside the blind.
But I don't think they're worried about.
I don't think they're worried about it necessarily changing. Now, let me twist that question a little bit for you. What do you think about like rattling bags or fake rattling antlers versus real rattling antlers?
I like the real ones. But again, I mean, I think when it comes right down to it, I mean, I think I like the real ones just because maybe they look cooler. I like carrying them. I don't know. I got my favorite set that I carry with me when I go. But again, I think when, man, when the bucks are responding and you're in one of those spots, quite frankly, I don't think it matters.
I agree, 100%. I don't think it matters either. I know I've had this debate with people before that, bigger antlers make a different sound than smaller antlers cracking together. But I mean, ultimately, these are deer we're talking about, not human beings. They're not analyzing every little inflection in the sound to figure out which deer it is or how big or how small it may be. They hear stuff crashing together and they think there's a fight and I'm either going or I'm not going. I don't care if you're using real antlers, fake antlers, rattling bags, taking two sticks and banging them together. I don't think it matters.
But I will say, I mean, listen, you pull out those rattle antlers. Do I pull them out every single time that I go into the woods? No. Have I seen other people do that on other properties? Yes. That's not going to be necessarily how I'm going to use them, but I will tell you, like last year, I mean, they worked like a charm for me. I mean, I had that buck come in early. He left, and I saw him go in the other direction, and I was just able to get to him in a nick of time. And I tell you what, that little bit of noise that I was able to put down turned him on a dime and brought him right down to my spot. So, I mean,
sure.
I think they're worth a carry. Personally, I would use them whenever I think it's the right time. Because I know everyone's going to ask, what is the right time, right? I mean, I personally like to wait until those bucks, where I'm seeing other bucks fight too, and I'm hearing other deer fighting in the woods. And you can definitely, if you hunt enough, you can definitely hear that. When they start doing that, I start doing it too. So,
fair enough.
Next up, I like this idea. Let's do that one next.
Which one?
I think we should do something with Lumenok here. It's cool.
Lumenok?
Yes.
All right.
This is one of those questions.
So this is going to be for the YouTube watchers out there, because we did Facebook for the last guys. So we are going to give away probably 2 packs. I think they come in a 3-pack. So we're going to give you 6 Lumenox. This is their brand new product that just came out for 2017 right here. To the YouTube live stream watchers, the first person that can name the name of this product or the model of this product from Lumenok,
New this year,
and tell us how many % brighter is this knock than Lumenox of past years. You're going to win a 6-pack of Lumenok. So there you go. You got to tell us what the name of this product is and how much brighter it is than previous version of Lumenox. And I got to tell you what, these things are awesome. You could almost find your way to your tree stand in the dark with one of these knocks. That is how bright they are. So there you go. That's our next YouTube question. So as soon as we get an answer for that, we'll post it up.
I'm watching the lag here. I'm waiting to see.
Well, the Facebook people, yeah, Jonathan knows it. Yeah, you wrote the review on our website. You better know it.
I got one.
All right.
What's up, Brando?
So you got the winner?
Get it? What is it?
Michael, it's
Yeah, and what's the name?
Michael.
What's the name of the product?
oh,
Did he give us the name?
no, just the percentage.
Well, you
No,
got to
it's
give us
gotta
the
be the
name
name.
and the percentage.
Name and
Can't you
percentage.
guys follow directions out there? That's what's wrong with the school system today. Not teaching you guys to
Justin
follow
Zarr's
directions.
eye knock, 10 times brighter than Todd's eyes. Whoa. I don't even know
they?
what to say. I don't know what to say about that.
Derek Rauch.
HD orange, 30%.
There we go.
Boom. Derek. Derek is the winner.
Derek Rauch.
you are getting-
Rauch? I'll say Rauch. mispronounced
R-A-U-C-H.
your name.
HD orange, 30%. Derek, good job. That is exactly correct. Mine have been working great. I can't wait to see one fly at dusk. I love that. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right.
All right.
We going to answer any more questions that came in, Mr. Graf?
Hey, hang on. I'm getting some text messages here from.
Oh boy.
Well, Mike.
They don't count.
No, these are questions.
Okay.
This is just Mike. Mike is a huge helper and contributor to bowhunting.com. So let's see here. I know how easy to get carried away in particular. We did that already.
No, I like that one, though.
You like that one?
I like that one.
Then go ahead.
Okay, so Aaron Collada, if I mispronounce your names, forgive me. I know it's easy to get carried away hunting one particular buck, but how much of your season are you guys willing to spend hunting that deer before you call it quits? I think the answer varies from person to person and kind of where you're at within your hunting career. You know, there's a lot of guys out there that are willing to eat tag soup. You know, it's either this one deer or nothing for them. And if you go into a season and you're committed to that, then by all means, go for it. You know, in most cases, I've been hey, these are the 1 or 2 deer that I'd like to shoot, but if something else comparable happens to walk by, I'm open to shooting something else. You know, going into this fall, I really have 2 specific deer that I know of that I'm looking for, and as of right now, it's one of those 2 deer or nothing here in Illinois. Now that could obviously change down the line if something else walks in front of me, but I mean, I have the 2 very specific deer that I'm looking for, and I'm gonna spend all of my time really going after those 2 deer. How about you?
Oh man, you know, I listen. I start every year with having the hit list, right? I mean, we do it here on the show. It's fun. It's great to be able to follow deer from year to year. There's no question about it. There is 2. I'm kind of like you. I've got 2 specific deer on 2 different pieces of property that I definitely 100% have a target for. The problem is, of course, like Justin said, there are some other good deer, and you know what? For me, if I'm able to pull off what I think is the ultimate bow hunting success, to be able to self-film a buck within 20-25 yards, harvest them, get it on film, the whole deal, I'm game on, and it is what it is. We are fortunate, though. We are fortunate here in Illinois. We do get 2 tags. So, I mean, I have the liberty to be able to do that and know that my season's just not completely over. So, I mean, I guess, you know, for me, that's my situation. There's 2 other properties that I have to hunt that, quite frankly, I haven't even been out to check my cameras yet. There could be a monster on there. I don't even know whether he's there or not there, and there's no doubt I'm not going to let, you know, an absolutely, you know, world-class deer go, you know, just because I want to be somewhere else. I wouldn't go there at all in the first place, you know. Yeah,
I mean, trail cameras have really changed the game, you know, for a lot of us. Not only are they going to tell you, you know, what animals are out there that you want to chase, but in a lot of cases, they're going to tell you where not to spend your time. You know, if you've got a bunch of cameras out on a particular farm and you're just not getting the quality of deer that you want to, you know, spend your time pursuing, it's going to basically tell you, don't waste your time out here, keep chasing this other deer. I made the mistake last year of hunting a farm where I had no deer that I wanted to shoot on camera. hoping that something was going to show up because that's what we all tell ourselves. Like, hey,
This one's
something's
kinda
going to
nice.
show up. That one's pretty nice.
This one's
That's
nice.
double wide, dude.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, I have
It's
another
double
picture.
wide.
I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is definitely one that is
That's
a nice
double
one.
wide.
It's not. He's not. It's not. I have a picture of him. He is still alive. It's not him.
Okay, fair enough.
True.
But yeah, I mean, I spent some time hunting a farm where there was no deer on camera that I wanted to shoot, hoping one was going to show up because I think we all tell ourselves, man, come the rut, something's going to show up. Something's got to come through sooner or later, and nothing ever did.
We might have a lawsuit
So-
problem now.
Why? What do we do?
My friend just told me that they have a trademark on trophy doe. My friend Mike. So that could be.
Oh, yeah?
It could be like he said. They have a mark on that. We could be in trouble with that. So
That's all right.
we're gonna check. We're gonna check with our attorneys.
Sue
on that.
us. We're going until we get a cease and desist letter.
That's right, Mike. So you're gonna have to deal with that. All right. Let's see here. We did the Lumenok. We wanted to do that. Bowhunter Box Club. We did that. We got. This is kind of cool. Got a $75 gift card from, depending upon where you live, Lancaster Archery or Lancaster Archery. All depends where. I don't know where that line is in terms of when they start saying
Probably
it.
like
somewhere.
Ohio, I would say.
Ohio, somewhere in the
Anything
middle of
east.
Ohio. Depends on how you
Yeah.
actually say that.
Lancaster.
We should define that. We want to find that out at some point. Where is the actual spot where the line where they go Lancaster or Lancaster?
Sure.
So
I'd say more people say Lancaster like us. I feel like we're the majority here.
I agree. I'm sticking with that too because I have a hard time saying Lancaster. So is this for YouTube or for Facebook?
We're back to YouTube now, right? Or did we do YouTube last time?
I can't remember.
No, we did YouTube for the Lumenok, so we're back to Facebook.
Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into
All right, guys. So back to the Facebook folks out there. We're
Brandon.
giving
You on
away-
this? Because
Oh, dude, this is $100.
this is a big deal.
I thought it was a 75er, but it's a cool hundo, guys, to spend at Lancaster Archery Supply.
And before you like totally blow out the question, I just want to remind. Well, okay, I can't say that yet. I'll say it after. I'm sorry. I almost blew that. I almost blew it.
Before I blow it out.
I almost made a mistake there. Go ahead.
right.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so to win the $100 Lancaster gift card for the Facebook people only, you need to tell us the dates of the upcoming Lancaster Archery Classic. Todd's going to be there. I may be there. Some of our guys are going to be there shooting in the Bowhunter class. $100 riding on it. Let us know what it is, and you're going to get the gift card.
And while you're typing your answers in there, we want to remind you again that we are going to be putting up some contingencies for that for the Bowhunter class. So we are going to have. I don't know that we did announce those contingencies, haven't we? I don't know that.
You probably just don't remember what you said.
No.
So
We
we're gonna
got
have
it.
to
We
go
got it
back
on
and-
film.
we're gonna go
We
back and watch
No,
the
we
video footage.
emailed them. We made up the signs already. So I mean, we've got the signs. They're in the garage. Those
Well,
really cool ones.
you got to write on
That's
them.
true.
They don't say what it is.
We still do need to write on, but we have them. We're going to be there.
You guys that are all guessing September you're months and months
You're
off.
not even
The
close.
Lancaster Archery Classic. This is an indoor
Shoot.
bow shoot.
You guys are going to see how much.
Oh, there we
practice I
go.
need. Who got
First
it?
guy, Kurt Thomas. Wait, no. Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh, there's just too many.
Oh, now they're
Cole
on.
Osborne had it. He was the first one.
Okay, we
that
got it.
right,
So
Brando?
remember, guys,
Cole Osborne.
bowhunting.com and Bowhunter will be there. We're going to have some of our own shooters competing in it. There are going to be some contingencies for sure. If you have Bowhunter gear on, we will post specifically what those contingencies are and what you have to do in order to be eligible for those. But guys, again, depending upon where you live, Lancaster Archery or Lancaster Archery, great folks, great. If you're not currently getting their magazine, you need to definitely get online, go on bowhunting.com, order up one of their magazines, get it sent to your house. We'll be there. We're looking forward to seeing you there, and hopefully you'll be shooting right next to us as well. All right, let's go back to answering a couple of questions. Let's see here. Gosh, I cannot believe. I mean, it is already like full-blown season
When do you leave
people.
for your elk hunt? That's coming soon, eh?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Eh?
Hey, Justin's going to Canada
2
or
weeks,
practicing
eh?
something there.
So 2 weeks. Well, today's the 6th. So when do you leave? The 20th? Even before then, right?
I think I'd leave the 19th.
19th.
Yeah.
2 weeks. And where are you going?
I am going to Table Mountain Outfitters in Wyoming.
Nice.
I am.
I am not going anywhere.
I
I will be
have-
here. So if anybody needs anything, feel free to email me in Todd's stead.
Thank you, Justin.
Todd will be out
Thank you.
chasing elks.
Justin has 3
in the
kids at
mountains.
home that he's got to keep feeding.
Two of them feed themselves now. I only really.
You got to bring the money home. I don't mean feed them like feed them with your hands, Justin. All right.
What broadheads are you guys shooting this year? Graf, you go first.
Ooh. Okay. I am going to, for my elk hunt, I'm sticking with my, I love those. I'm going to stick with my Killzone Max for my elk hunt this year, is what I'm doing.
Killzone Max.
I
The
like
big
those.
one.
I do.
Whoa.
Killzone
Bold
Max.
move, Graf. Big, expandable for an elk.
I have talked to Scott, and I have made it clear that I want to be close. If I don't get close enough,
Well, hopefully you
then
make
I'm
a better
letting it go.
shot than you did on the
oh,
Bowhunt.
that was totally uncalled for during a live stream. I mean that I'm not even going to go there right now. That was an absolute disaster, but I did recover the animal very quickly.
Fair enough. I will be shooting the...
That was very rude. I'm just going to point that out really quick.
It's all in good fun,
Yeah,
Graf. It's all
that's
in
what he
good fun.
says.
I will be back to shooting the NAP Thunderhead Nitro, which is a tiny little 3-blade, fixed-blade broadhead. They are awesome. They fly amazing. I actually got a text message from Dean Krieger the other day. He's like, hey, I just screwed some of those Nitros on and shot them. He's like, oh my God, they are amazing. They fly like darts. They're awesome, super good penetrating.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm back to shooting a fixed blade again. I'm very, very pleased that those broadheads are back on the market. What else do we got, Graf?
We got to make sure we write down that person's name because
I
that
got
was
it.
one
Oscar.
of our
Oscar. It's
one
right
of our
here.
questions. Okay. What is he getting? You didn't say what Oscar's getting.
We
These gel
we
streams are
haven't
pretty
decided
sweet.
yet.
Well, we got to tell him right now.
Well, we got a question for these.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and do that question. Those are always fun.
Another
do it.
question. So we're back to YouTube now
Yes, let me pull that
because we
up.
did Facebook for the last
I think-
one.
I
So
think
you're
Mike's
on our
watching.
YouTube stream.
I am on our YouTube stream right now.
All right, guys. So we are going to give away a 5-pack of these new Tinks scents. I'm going to grab one of these.
I got
What do
it
I
up
got? I
there.
got the Heat, and I got the Relax. I like the Relax. I sprayed a bunch of this in front of our office just to kind of smell it, and smells like a deer, which I think is what it's supposed to smell like, right? So they came out with this new gel
Yeah,
stream.
you did that in the front of our office just today.
Yeah, well, outside, not in the office.
but when you
when
open the door-
it smells like a deer out in front of our office now. But these new gel streams, they say 10 feet on the bottle, but it's got to be a good 15, maybe more, of a gel stream of scent. It's cool because it actually lasts a little bit longer. It doesn't evaporate quite as quick as some of the liquids do. You could spray it up in the trees and whatnot. But this Relax is actually probably the product I'm most enthused to use this year. So this is kind of like a calming bedding area scent. Works great as a cover scent. Get up in your stand, spray a little bit on the tree, maybe a little bit on your boots on the walk in or walk out so you're not spooking deer. So we're going to give away a 5-pack. It comes in all the traditional flavors that we love from Tinks, number 69. We've got the Doe Pea, the Trophy Buck. We got all sorts of good stuff. So to win this 5-pack of gel streams, this should hopefully be a simple one for any of you people that study deer
Okay, I'm
anatomy
ready.
out
I'm
there.
ready. I'm watching.
What
Let's do it.
is the gland on the inside of a deer's rear legs? This is the gland that they urinate in typically when they're freshening up a scrape. It's probably the most popular gland on the deer. Everybody should know this. If you don't, well then you need to study
First
it.
one came in, Tarsal,
Tarsal,
right there.
Easton McNeil.
Easton McNeil. Good job,
What
buddy.
a
You
great
were
name,
fast.
Easton McNeil.
Very fast. Very good. Now listen too, guys. I mean, obviously we only have so much time. We're almost halfway through this live stream already. There's a ton of questions coming in. Our goal will be to go back through this and answer, all of these questions if we can get around to it. I mean, that will be the goal. It may not just be me and Justin answering them. Some of our other helpers may answer some of these questions because there's a lot of good questions that are popping in, but we just can't get to all of them. That's for sure. So. All right, I was too slow. Someone said, yes, you were too slow. Okay, we got the winner in there. Good. Okay, Justin, real quick here. Let's talk, let's stop here, giving some stuff away. Let's talk a little bit about the fall here. Let's talk about some food plot stuff. I mean, both of us every year do put energy into food plots. Sometimes
considerably more energy than others.
sometimes I think it's a labor of love. Sometimes let's talk about it. So, what do you got lined up for this year? Did you put any plots in?
Yeah, I put in. Tommy and I put some in out at our lease. As you guys,
I cannot wait to go to this lease. Tommy spent some time showing me where the stands are, and I have done.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
It's all good. It's all
I'm
good.
just gonna
so
slip
we
in the
did.
Huntley stands.
We did a big bean plot, which unfortunately just didn't do the best. We got it in a little bit late this year, and then when the beans started coming up, the deer just absolutely hammered them.
Mm-hmm.
So what we ended up doing is we left the beans. I went in there, I think almost 2 weeks ago now, and I broadcast a bunch of brassicas in there.
What kind?
The Heartland Wildlife
Okay.
Rackmaker brassicas. I went and broadcast all that in there. And then we actually took like kind of a corner of
Did
that.
you just
and
broadcast them, or did you
well,
wait for it was going to rain? Did
I
you time
waited
it
for
or not?
right before it was going to rain. So I knew it was going to rain that night. I broadcast them before it rained, and then I went to a certain area of the plot where the beans just did really bad, and I actually broadcast them, and then I dragged it with a harrow to try to get a little bit better soil to seed contact. So that's what we did there. We've got a couple Heartland Wildlife clover chicory plots out there that actually did really well. Tommy mowed them. The deer are really hitting those pretty hard. So on that particular property, that's what we did there.
Okay.
I do have a lease in northwestern Illinois with my brother-in-law and another friend of mine. We put 2 food plots in out there. We did the secret weapon, which is what we saw Neil plant a while back, which had a mixture of, I think, forage soybeans, cowpeas, and brassicas in one of the plots. The other plot, we did the Rackmaker Extreme, but we actually left the brassicas out of that plot. The other guys that have been hunting that property have had that particular plot in brassicas the last 2 years. We didn't want to go a 3rd year in a row with brassicas because apparently that's not good, so people tell me. So that one's primarily just going to be like buck forage oats and cowpeas and some forage soybeans in that particular one. And then I do have some more buck forage oats that still need to get in the ground. I know it's getting kind of late in the year, but fortunately that stuff germinates pretty quick, and the deer like it when it's really young. So we're waiting until we have some more rain in the forecast to put some more buck forage oats in the ground. So that's what I got.
Yeah, Justin, a couple properties I don't have any food on at all. One thing I have definitely noticed this year, and with all that rain that we got early in the year, is wow, do we have a bumper acorn crop?
Oh my goodness.
It is. Seriously, I cannot believe. I don't know that I saw too many oaks even today when I was out hanging that didn't have any acorns on at all. It's amazing. So that's definitely gonna change things up a little bit. It's interesting
Yeah, but
too.
they're dropping so early. I feel like
There's a lot. Oh my gosh, there's a lot to eat. So, and let's face it, man, if deer can stay in the woods and just millage around and eat and not go out in an open area, you find those oak trees, find those white oaks, find where the ground has been just tore up, because I think you're going to find yourself some deer definitely hitting those areas big time. As far as just food plots in general, I was talking to somebody the other day, and he sent me a picture of what happens when you do put up an electric fence and you take it down too early. We'll post that photo up on here. This is an amazing photograph. Daryl, did he send that to you? I don't know. Did you get that? No.
I saw it somewhere.
Oh
He may
my
have
gosh,
posted
he
it in
took
the
this
Bowhunting
fence
Guide
down.
group.
Did he? Okay, well, we'll post it for you to see, because I know some of you have asked about electric fences in the past. I've used them, and it makes a big difference. If you have an area where you have a high concentration of deer and you're trying to plant beans or trying to plant some other plots, doesn't matter what plots, and you want to keep the deer out, use the electric fences. They work. Well, in this case, Daryl took it down a tad too early, and it looks like a batwing mower just went through and just mowed the whole top off. It's pretty amazing. So if you have electric fence and you're asking, boy, when should I take this thing down?
Wait till hunting season.
Wait until you can actually hunt the plot. Don't do it any earlier than that. That's for sure. I think sometimes the idea is, well, I want to get it down because I don't want to go in and disturb the deer. When I'm taking it down, honestly, wait until you can hunt the plot. But a lot like Justin, same thing. You know what? My turnips have been in the ground now for over a month for sure. They look beautiful. I did a great job this year in finally, timing the nitrogen properly. Did you put nitrogen on? Did you give an extra juice or no?
We're doing that in about a week.
Okay, so I mean that's critical. If you do put turnips down, even if they're already growing, go ahead and dump that nitrogen on, man. It just mine look great.
Yeah, we're doing that in a week. The lease is 2 hours away. We can only get out there so often. Everybody's got stuff going on. So yeah, we're going out next weekend, and we're going to put some nitrogen, some urea on the brassica plot out there.
Okay. I am looking at Brandon right now, and there is like a font size 400 on his screen. I think he wants us to read that. So when filming, if a big buck comes in, but you cannot get the camera on it, would you let it walk? Oh my gosh, guys, listen. We get this question with people who want to be on our pro staff all the time, and it's a kind of a ball buster, man. I actually kind of get tired of having to talk to our own team about this. So this is bad. This is going deep right now. But guys, 100%. If I can't capture that deer on film, see ya. The deer's gone.
Yeah, with what we do here, it's not like we're filming our hunts just for ourselves. And hey, if we don't get it on film, we don't get it on film. We have a show to produce, and if we don't have kills on film, which is what everybody wants to see. We don't have a show. So yeah, when you get to this level, you know, let's say of filming your hunts commercially or professionally, you have to be committed to the camera and knowing that if you don't have that deer on film, or it's too dark, or it's behind brush, or whatever the case may be, that no, you can't let that arrow fly.
No.
It's something that you mentally have to be prepared for the minute you sign up for something like this. So it is what it is. It just adds to the challenge, and it makes that success all that much sweeter when it does come.
And that was Brandon who asked that question. So he gets
This Brandon?
No, it wasn't this
Brandon, he doesn't win anything.
No, we got it down. He gets a prize. So we'll put that down. We don't know what prize you're going to get yet, Brandon, but we're gonna figure that out. So we'll be in touch with you. Okay, I've seen people asking about this nickname thing, Justin. We kind of let a lot of people down.
We just couldn't find any that really were good. You guys, you guys just aren't good at giving nicknames. I'm sorry, everybody.
There were actually, I think there were a lot of good names. Some of them, I mean, we laughed for hours about some of them for sure.
Hours? Did you go home and you were just still laughing when you?
Yes, I was. Some of them are pretty good, actually. I need to start actually writing them down and just call Justin out of the blue some of these because I thought they were pretty great. But they keep asking about the Todd Graf shirts. You know, some people have seen that Justin, of course, in his funny ways, decided to make a Todd Graf shirt. So I don't know if we're going to be having those available or not, but on our website. But I'll check with Justin. If they are, we will make a post.
My kid has one.
Yeah, look at that.
He loves his,
can they see
his
that?
Todd
Can they see
Graf
that?
shirt. I
Can
don't
we
know if you
zoom
guys
into
can
that?
see that or not.
Here, I got longer arms than you. We'll see if you can. Oh, I just turned it off. Hang on. Justin, if anything inappropriate pops up on your phone right now, this is going to be really bad. All right, zoom in on that. Brandon's going to put up the Todd Graf
That's
shirt.
my son with his sweet Todd
There
Graf
we go.
shirt. He loves it.
Okay.
He likes to wear it every day when it's not dirty.
Craig likes his too. I actually kind of like mine too. All right.
He's actually wearing his ninja shirt right now, or his giraffe
ninja
shirt.
shirt.
He's at ninja training tonight, my wife said. He's the only one in his class without a ninja shirt because Dad failed to order it on time. So he's wearing a Todd Graf shirt because that's what he wanted to wear. I just got that text right now. So there you go.
That's cool. Okay. You know, some people were asking us, Justin, about what bows we're shooting this year.
Sure.
You know, Matthews, Halon 32 for me.
Yes.
And guys, I mean, if you
Same
have
here.
not signed up to win a free Matthews Halon, that drawing is still wide open, has not been picked. That won't be done until November 1st, I think, right?
Correct.
So
Yeah, you've got almost 2 months.
Right. I mean, jump on bowhunting.com, and somewhere along the top menu, it says free gear. Go there, fill out your information there, and it's a chance to win a
Halon 32.
Halon 32.
And also, if we email you guys, because we do pick a monthly winner, and the guy who won in July has never responded to my email, so I'm going to have to pick a new winner. Maybe we'll just do that today while we're on this thing. We'll just maybe pick a different winner. Because
What did he lose? What did he lose?
HHA was giving away, or still is giving away, a Kingpin and a new Virtus drop-away arrow rest. It's like
And what, you called him and he didn't respond at all?
no, I emailed the guy like twice, and he never responded to me. So I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want his free gear. So we're going to have to pick a new winner for July.
All right.
So, but yeah. YouTube winners. Guys, if you won anything from us during this whole thing, make sure that you either send us a message on YouTube or you email info@bowhunting.com with your name and your address and everything so we know where to get your prizes to. Facebook, we can reach out to you guys, but on YouTube, there's really no good way to do that. So if you guys won something, make sure you reach out to us because we're bad at reaching out to people. So just make sure you chase us. We will definitely get you your free gear.
Okay. Well, Justin, we are down to about 20 minutes now. We've covered food plots. We've covered. I'm going to ask you a question now.
Yes.
And don't worry, it's not the question you think I'm going to ask you. So you don't have to worry about
Am I having any more kids? No. Next question.
That was not the question,
Oh,
actually.
okay.
Are you mixing anything up this year? I mean, are you just flat out doing anything completely different? Are you mixing anything up?
A little bit, I guess. My little guy is now 5 and wants to go out hunting with me, so I have a ground blind set up, and I'm planning on taking him out opening day here is a Sunday this year, so for that evening, We're going to drive out to the lease, and he's going to sit with me in the blind for a little
Cool.
bit. I'm hoping that Illinois is, they're on the verge of legalizing crossbows for the entire season, not just the late season. So with him with me and trying to run the camera and everything else, I think it'd be a little bit easier to use the crossbow for that hunt. So I'm hoping that that passes before then. I've got a new 10-point carbon RCX, which is freaking awesome, and I love it. So I'd like to take that with. Obviously, if that doesn't pass, the Halon will be with me. So that is going to be new for me this year. I'm going to try to get Joey out on a couple hunts. And then, honestly, the biggest thing that I'm mixing up for this year is heading to Kansas.
Yes.
You know, we've got 2 trips down to Kansas planned for October and November. 4 or 5 days per trip. We have no idea what we're in for, what the weather's going to be like, what the crops are going to be like.
Did you submit that to HR already?
Yeah, sure. We submitted it to HR a long time ago. It's been
make a note
fully
of that.
approved. I was going to get double pay for those days, I think it said. Just make a note of that.
Check with the HR department on that.
But yeah, heading out of town to Kansas. Never done that before. So yeah, that's going to be my biggest mixing it up. And then here in Illinois, as I said, I mean, I got 2 great bucks to chase, and it's kind of, you know, one of those 2, at least on those properties, or bust. I've got 2 other spots to hunt. You know, the lease out west, we've got some good deer on it. Nothing over maybe mid 140s. But hey, one of those deer happens to walk by me, and I know it's one of the bigger deer that's mature that we've got on camera out there. I'm going to go ahead and shoot it. I'm not going to pass that deer. But here, locally at home, one of those 2 big ones or nothing.
You're getting off topic now. What about gear? I mean, you talked about your son. What about gear? Any gear? I mean, just any flat out something just totally unique, totally different, nothing in your... People always want to know what's in our backpacks and what's in our gear.
Honestly, I don't carry a lot of stuff in my backpack. I used to be that guy that carried everything in the kitchen sink with me until I realized I didn't need any of it.
This is not survival.
Well, and most of the time, let's face it, I mean, here in Illinois, I'm driving to my spot, I'm parking my truck, I'm walking a couple hundred yards to my stand. There's nothing that I could possibly need for a 3-hour sit in my stand that I can't fit in a smaller backpack. So yeah, I bring my grunt call, my rattling antlers, some hand warmers, and maybe an extra pair of gloves or something like that, but I don't carry a lot of stuff. What about you? You carry a ton of stuff? I mean, we got all this camera gear to carry with me.
Yeah,
I've shrunk everything else down.
I agree. I've slimmed it down in the years. I mean, you know, with my, you know, 4th Arrow, camera arm, I mean, and all that camera gear. I mean, there's a lot. There's just a lot of stuff I'm already carrying in. And again, like Justin said, I mean, we're not hunting in the middle of the mountains somewhere. So, I mean, for the most part, if anything hellacious is moving in, I mean, I can generally make it to my car relatively pretty quick.
Sure.
You know. So, but I mean, that's kind of my plan. So.
Yeah, I mean, I am excited to try out that extension that 4th Arrow came out with
That
for the
thing's
camera
cool.
arm.
I used that
year.
thing in Wyoming.
Yeah.
And you're talking about the one that goes out and comes back at you?
No, that's a different one. They actually, so the normal,
slider? What are you talking about?
the normal 4th Arrow arm that's just 2.
Sorry,
There's
I
an
gotcha.
extension that gets the pivot out away from the tree a little bit, so I can wrap it around me.
I'm using the pro arm, so I can't use that
Sure.
because I got the big heavy arm. But I know what you're talking about
Yep.
now.
So yeah, I mean, other than that, it's pretty much business as usual. Bows, arrows, release, binoculars, grunt call. That's all I need.
Let's stick with this conversation that we're on right now, Justin, when it comes to talking about filming and gear and so forth, right? I mean, let's face it, guys. Just about everyone is on social media nowadays, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can find us on all those platforms. But when I think about those platforms, the one thing that I think about that all of us bow hunters should be doing now, right? I mean, our goal is why did we start bow hunting in the first place, right? To get close to the animals that we hunt. That's at least why I wanted to bow hunt. You know, I started off as a rifle hunter. I shot tons of deer with the rifle, and you know what? I wanted to extend my season, and I wanted to get a lot closer. And I just thought the thrill of getting 10, 15, 20 yards from deer and harvesting was like the ultimate thing, right? So with the ability to be able to capture and share these hunts, guys, you don't have to buy all this ridiculous camera gear that we use, right? I mean, we're doing this for maybe different levels, but Tacticam. I mean, and I'm not just trying to do a sponsor plug right now, and we all love sharing our moments, whether we're going to let an arrow fly or not, just being able to capture those moments. I don't care if it's a couple of raccoons climbing into a hole in a tree next to you. It's fun to be able to push a simple button and be able to like just point your bow at and capture that. Sure. So that's cool. Take a look at their product for sure, and they have actually told us that we're allowed to give one away. I don't know how we're going to give that away yet. We're going to save that for the grand prize last question, which is in about 10 minutes.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Guys, the questions are rolling in fast and furious. Brando, you got anything that we need to... I'm just going to start going down it. I don't even care. Will you be using Facebook Live for recoveries this season? Yeah, possibly. I think so. I don't know if we'll do the actual walking through the woods recovery, but once the animal's recovered, yeah, we'll probably be doing a few of those. I would imagine.
Oh, yeah. You mean the live feeds?
Yeah. What brand of rangefinder or binoculars do you prefer? Vortex stuff is what we're using this year. Todd and I both have a set of Vortex razors, which are amazing in low light. I was actually just using mine this last weekend, and I just saw today that Vortex has released a new rangefinder. I saw on their Facebook page today a new rangefinder,
Did not see
and
that.
it's $199. So it's a little bit more affordable than the Ranger that's out there.
Cool.
Looks like a great product. So guys, check out Vortex Optics. Super happy with them.
And I just happened to be, I don't know where I was, but I saw their new ones with the built-in range finders.
Furies.
Yeah, the Fury.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you want to pick up, if you want to not have a separate rangefinder and separate binos, right now they got them just built in, and I mean, wow, that's pretty.
Yeah,
that's pretty
it's
slick.
one less thing to have to remember when you guys go hunting.
That's
How
cool.
about this one? Michael Stovall says, "Do you guys field dress your deer?"
Is that a question?
That is a question.
Do you mean like
Like, do
legitimately
we do
field
it
dress them?
ourselves, or do we pay somebody to do it?
Well, someone
for us?
actually was surprised that I was hanging my own stands. I mean,
Well, is
what do they think? We got people that go out and hang their own stands for us?
No, they think I hang your stands for you.
Oh.
Actually, is what they think.
That would be nice. I mean, I am tore up today.
But I guess to answer this guy's question, yeah, we do field dress our deer. Although I've been seeing more and more of this, these videos online where guys are basically butchering their deer in the field, gutless field dressing. I don't know what it's called exactly, but it's pretty awesome. You never actually open up the cavity of the deer.
Well, how do you get the tenderloins? This is the best part.
I can get them from the outside or something.
No,
Dude, watch the videos.
No, the inside. How are you going to get those tenderloins?
Hey
in the
man,
out?
there's videos on YouTube. I don't know.
right.
I've never done it.
All right.
I just
you know
go
what?
the old,
We're going to
I
research
go
that. We're
the
putting Brody
old-fashioned
on
way.
that. We're putting
I
Brody
go
on
the
that.
old-fashioned way. Todd puts on like 6 pairs of gloves and he gets all like, ew, this is gross, and he cleans the
That's
deer
not
out.
even close. I can field dress a deer quicker than.
Not quicker than DeCrew.
I didn't say
Crew
that.
is
That's
the
different.
man.
He does that for a living. But for me, I don't get an opportunity to do as many as he does. But I can do them pretty darn quick. I'm in and out, man.
Todd's like hacking. There's stuff flying everywhere, hair, and pieces of
That
deer.
is not true. Okay.
Todd field dresses deer into garbage bags and then brings it back to the office and throws it in the dumpster because he doesn't want to leave the guts laying out in the woods.
Hang on.
Tell me that's not weird, everybody. That is weird.
I just got a remote stealth cam photo. I love these. Ooh, what the?
Do you still use the double cross? Well, Todd and I already covered that. Him and I aren't shooting the double cross right
This
now,
is
but a
not
lot of
what you wanna
a lot of
see.
the guys on our team are. What is that? Some
Dude,
random-
it just came in from one of our properties.
That's awesome. What's that guy doing?
Dude, I have no idea. Guys, this is the last thing that you want to see during a live feed. Like, I'm going to have to, like, seriously make this thing quick. I mean, come on. This guy is out walking on my property in
See,
blue.
everyone says you
with
can
the
pull
gun.
tenderloins from the top.
What is going? You can. Okay,
Gutless method is the only way to go. We're doing that this
Justin,
year.
I'm more concerned about this guy right here.
Well, I don't know where that is. That's your problem, not mine.
Dude, this is out of control.
Where is that?
Well, I don't want to say where it's at, but I mean, this
Well, which
is
property?
this is not far from here, and he has got a gun, he's got his dog, and he's in all blue.
Not far from here, like in the piece that I hunt with you, or a different piece?
Well, I don't want you to know where this camera is. It's kind of a
fair
hidden
enough.
camera.
Fair enough. All right.
this is the
all
problem.
right. We got to answer this question that everybody keeps asking me.
All right, we're almost done
You
with
guys
this.
are relentless out there. Is the buck that I passed last year still alive?
Whoa, wait.
Nope, he's dead. Sorry, guys. I'm just kidding. He is still alive. Yes.
Brandon, do you remember how poorly
Listen.
Justin treated me?
Listen, people.
Do you remember
listen
that?
to me.
Because he wasn't going to say.
No, I didn't say I wasn't going to say. But what we're not doing, unfortunately for us, we live in possibly one of the most populated areas in all of North America. We're just outside of Chicago, Guys, there are frickin' people everywhere. There are trespassers, there are poachers, there are eyeballs watching
I just showed you a
everything
photo. This
that
is
we do.
ridiculous.
And the deer I passed last year is alive, is well, is very, very big, will easily be the biggest deer I've ever killed. If I get to kill him, he would be able to hang on the wall in this studio. That's how big he is. Unfortunately, for you guys, we're kind of keeping it a little bit of a secret, and we're not showing a ton of pictures because we don't want to draw any more attention to it than we have to. But rest assured, he is still alive. I'm glad that I passed him because he did exactly what I thought he was going to do. Blew up into a giant. He's well over Boone and Crockett. So hopefully you guys get to see him on the show at some point in time this year. So that hopefully answers your guys' questions.
All right, Brando has this massive, big, bold, he's doing the big, bold text thing again. Justin, you and Todd need to hunt in the same tree this year.
We've done that before.
We have done that before.
We've done that. It's been a few years, but we've hunted.
Yeah, and then
tree.
Justin was like, "Oh, I don't want to shoot that deer because then it'd be like, because I was hunting with you and
No,
then,
we went late season.
I know, and then you said you didn't want to shoot that one because I was going to give you a hard time if I helped you get a deer.
I was going to shoot it. It was too dark.
It was pretty
Do you
dark.
not remember?
It was dark.
There was deer all over the place.
It was light enough to shoot. It was just too dark for the camera.
Well, I didn't have a good shot either because Graf garholed me and put me in a spot that had no shooting lanes.
That is not true. I shot my BMW.
And he was like,
up
"Oh
from
yeah,
there."
we're going to the best stand on the farm." And then every deer that came by, we couldn't shoot it magically.
You know, if you hang around with Justin long enough, you start to think I'm like the worst person in the world. So there are a few people out there that can prove that that's not true. All right, I don't know who, but there's somebody.
I just like having fun with you, Graf.
All right, we approximately have less than about 5 minutes left, and we're going to be ending this thing off. Justin, we've already given out a lot of great prizes, so I think we've given out.
I like this one.
Okay, this is the last question, and then we are officially going to be wrapping up this stream.
This is a good one because the movement of, I guess, field to table, if you want to like call it that, which is what hunters have been doing forever, shooting stuff and eating it, right? But now it's all of a sudden popular. It's made hunting a little bit more palatable, if you will, to the non-hunting public. So what is your favorite way to cook venison? What is your favorite thing to do with venison?
Oh, man. You know what? I tell you what, it took me too many years to figure this out. My friend Alex Phillips actually turned me on to this. I'm going to throw it out there. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to do this in a short period of time as far as putting out his recipe there, but I mean, basically,
Well, we'll write a blog or something. Well, let's call Brody. Let's have Brody write up a blog for the website.
Because, I mean, I'll tell you what,
the overview.
It's fantastic. I mean, basically, backstrap or the tenderloins, you know, you bake it, not bake it, but you put it in the oven for, I don't know how long right now. I mean, or I don't know, like maybe
like a great
12
recipe.
minutes. It's fantastic.
Do you do anything with it before you cook it?
You mean prepping it wise?
Yeah. Brine it, marinate it, rub it.
Rub it. I definitely, you marinate it, but you don't have to do it like hours and hours or days before. I mean, literally, I mean, I'm putting this together, putting it in, watching the, you know, my thermometer. The key is the thermometer, making sure that you take it out at the right time. And I'll tell you what, it is
I think that's the key to all venison is cooking it to the right temperature because it's such a lean meat. I mean, if you overcook it, forget about it.
It's done. You know, we'll get with Brody on that. I'll put my recipe up there. I'll have to. This may be two lawsuits I got myself into. Maybe he's got a trademark on this recipe and the trophy doe thing. I'm screwed.
Copyright.
I'm going to lawyer up this week is what I'm going to have to do.
So for me, I would say I'll give you two real quick ones. The first is pretty simple. Everybody, I think, has done this at some point in time. I like to brine my venison before I cook it. So I'll usually brine it overnight in a saltwater solution. I like to take my back straps, cut them in half, brine them, and then I like to wrap them in venison and actually put them in the smoker. I've been smoking mine a lot, and it turns out fantastic. But my new thing that I've discovered, which is kind of this swanky, fancy way of cooking it, and I may be wrong the way I see this, but I call it, I think it's sous vide, I want to say it's called. Basically, you take the meat and you put it in like...
Wait, you mean ceviche?
No, sous vide, not ceviche. This isn't fish, Graf.
Well, you can probably, they do it
No,
meat.
you take the meat and you put it in like a food saver bag and you vacuum seal it, and then you have this device. Mine's called an Anova cooker, and you put it in a hot water bath. Is essentially what it is, and it cooks the meat evenly all the way through to the same temperature. So like with a backstrap, I'll cook it to, let's say, 135 degrees, something like that, and cooks it all the way through from the outside to the inside, so it's the same temperature. Unlike putting it in a grill or in the oven, where the outside is always cooked a little bit more than the inside. You take it out of the water bath. Now, keep in mind, the meat never actually touches the water because the meat's inside of a vacuum-sealed bag with the spices.
This is getting good.
You take it out and you put it on like a cast iron skillet. It's on super high heat with a little bit of oil and some seasoning in there. And then you sear the outside of it and eat it. It is amazing. Super tender, cooked perfectly all the way through every time. You don't have to worry about overcooking it. It's a great way to cook steaks and other stuff too, but I really like cooking venison using that.
Okay, so both Justin and I
there you
pledge that we will take the recipe that he was just describing and mine. We'll get with Brody, who is our writer for our website. We'll put very detailed instruction together so then you can.
I like Lori's
cook
comment. She
venison.
says it has to be still grunting for her to eat it. She likes rare to medium rare. I'm with you. It's the only way to eat venison.
Okay. All right, well, with that being said, we are wrapping up this live session. We want to personally wish all of you guys great luck this season. I mean, some of you have already started hunting. I've already started hunting. I mean, it depends upon where you live. I mean, I know Troy just, I know we got a text from him recently. He shot a beautiful mule deer, which will be on our show here in a couple of weeks.
Disappointed in that whole hunt. I told Dustin that Troy wasn't allowed to shoot a bigger deer than I was, and he completely failed me. I thought we were friends. All of a sudden, I get a text of this monster mule deer.
It's so
I'm
good
like,
to hear
hey.
that Justin feels like he's actually not a friend by somebody else. That's good.
You know,
Dustin, thank you. Okay.
Thanks to crew.
With that being said, seriously, guys, hunt safe this year. Remember to wear your safety harness. We're always telling you to do that. Guys, come on. Lifelines, safety harnesses, make it happen.
Yes.
Do it. Every week now, every single week, we've got an episode. Is that correct? I mean, we are every week now.
Yeah. I mean, we have an episode this week, and then after that, we'll
Brandon's
be
every
here
week, right?
Every week from here
I'm
on
not
out.
mistaking.
So that means for all of our pro staff guys watching this, you guys better
step up your game.
get to it. Start turning in some footage.
Okay, so every single week, tune in to Bowhunt or Die, YouTube, Roku, bowhunting.com, iTunes. Get on it, stream it, watch it, wherever you want, whenever you want, as much as you want. Justin, anything else with that being said? Are we out?
We're
We got
out.
a lot of prizes
It smells
to
like a
figure
deer
out.
in here because I sprayed this stuff. And even though it's inside the cap, can you smell it?
Oh, totally.
Yeah, it smells like a deer in our studio now.
All right, guys, with that being said, Bowhunt or Die.